What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla. Today I have a review of the SH Figuarts Shinkocchou, Hakoko, Seihou Ultraman Tiga. That's right, my zillions. This has Tamashii Nation's quality. Here's the box. A little bit of a satiny, flat box cover, which is all like messed up on my Ultraman Tiga multi-type right here. Nice. This is their more premium SH Figuarts line that they do, mostly for Kamen Riders. A couple of Garos in there. Now, Ultraman Tiga is the first of the Ultramans in there, and you know, the way they do these, they treat them pretty nice. A little extra paper in there, so you see that. So this figure's got a lot of controversy behind them because they use some like rubberish material in certain spots, and that seems to be cracking with some people. Well, I haven't opened this since my initial unboxing. Now, has anything happened to mine? I don't know. We're gonna find out together. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. Before we take a look at the accessories, besides the instruction manual, which is actually a little bit nicer than your standard, you do get this little booklet, nice glossy booklet, smoky back of Tiga's smoky back. And inside, you do get a little process if you read Japanese, or you have a translator, you could do so. It shows you the prototype and Tiga punch. Well, not really punch, but you know what I'm saying. And then, Tiga model. Tiga model, getting modeled here. Shot for the body sculpt. And they really made a big deal about, flexible body and stuff. Because the middle part, as you can see here, all of these parts here in blue are the parts that they use this, like, rubbery material that they used. It's interesting. I'll tell you that much. It's interesting. And there you go, nice little book. And accessories, we get this little tray of accessories, which I like. This packaging is so great. It's like small, it's compact, it's got everything in there. This is the way it should be done. You get a bunch of hands here. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 extra hands. This one for the beam, which looks pretty good. And you do get a color timer. I'm going to open this up. I just didn't want to take out all the hands to show you. There is the arm for the beam. It's pretty good. Decent looking beam. And then as you can see, oh, color timer went flying. It's still in the package. The hands are nicely sculpted. You can see a little bit more on them, and I'll zoom in. Texture-wise than you would see on a normal Figuarts. And I should hope so, because this is a little bit more expensive than a normal Figuarts. About 20 bucks more, 15 bucks more or so, depending on where you got it, of course. But pretty good on accessories, I'd say. You get the beam, you get a lot of hands to do a lot of different things, so that works. And a color timer, which I'm definitely not taking out because I hate color timers. Next up, let's get through the articulation, and I'm gonna try to do this gingerly because definitely, knowing that there's cracking on this figure, not this figure, but people have reported a lot of like cracking in the rubber, which is a major problem for sure. I am gonna try to be a little gentle. The head moves on a ball joint up top, or it might be one of those like kind of like not ball joints, but like kind of like a straight peg up there. The neck moves pretty good. Then here you do, and the instruction manuals do tell you be careful for paint rub and whatever. So you do have movement here in the shoulder, which works pretty good. Swivel at the bicep. then the elbow can turn a bit, and then up and down. I don't know if it turns all the way. It is hindered a little bit by the sculpt. The wrists are on ball joints. There is a hinge there as well. Do be careful for this spot. There's another spot that's a little bit fragile. Now, this middle section is very interesting. First off, you do have the standard waist, but right here in the middle, there is a bend. So that is a little bit different. And, you know, that's made so you could do a little bit more pose-wise. But again, it is a little scary from everything you've heard. So right in here, you know, it's, you know, supposed to be like seamless. And that's kind of like the big thing, right? Well, not completely the big thing, but a lot of like, you see it a lot of like independent companies trying like this seamless body. And then there's like some, is it Sideshow or Hot Toys, one of those, trying it on the bigger scale. So you're seeing folks trying it, and Tamashii themselves with their bigger Imagination Works figures, which, you know, people have reported cracking there. I would love to check one of those out. That's in the Dragon Ball, you know, sector, which I'm not getting too much of lately. But if I could find Goku on like a massive deal, and it was at one point, and I kind of didn't go for it, I might get it. But yeah, I do want to check it out more. I am interested. I like how it feels. So you got leg movement like so. This can lower just a bit here, I think, at least. Can swivel. The knee joint works like so. And you do have a little bit of movement here as well. You can see how that's cut. It's very interesting. That's different too. I like that. And then ankle rocker works pretty good. Hinge goes forward as well. And you got toe articulation. So pretty good on your articulation front. No doubt about it. I think it's a little bit more than normal Figuarts. And then you do have this like rubbery stuff going on, which, I don't know. It's not terrible, but I'm going to talk about a problem I do have with it. All right, so let's mention that right away. So when I moved this out of the box and I moved this for the first time, in here is like a lot of like, I don't know if this was something they put in to, you know, keep from rubbing, but there was like a sticky substance there, and it's kind of got all over the back end. I've cleaned it as best as I can, but you can see a little bit there. It's not, it's weird. It's like a gluey substance. Don't know exactly what it is, but it does come off. Because of that though, right along the edge here, if you can see it, I did scratch the paint a little bit, which is a bummer. But, you know, I was trying to get that off. Otherwise, as far as this rubber goes, I'm not getting any of that cracking folks are talking about. I do have a little bit of, again, little paint mess up here. You see the silver right, where am I? The silver right there from the top, from here onto there. And I think that's really it. It's just like glue stuff on the, and luckily it's on the back. It also got on the butt a little bit, but I was able to clean that mostly off. So you see that right there? That's a little bit of glue. So you do have to watch. It's like some of this stuff, the way it's done, and it might be just like excess paint or something like within the cracks, because they are cracks in the rubber, but I'm not 100% sure what that is. But definitely want to point that out. You know, it does come off though. You know, just gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. And I'm not the most careful dude. So I don't doubt that in the future, this guy might get a little bit messed up on my shelf due to just wear and tear. That's to be expected. It is what it is. Especially here. Like, I'm just no doubt about it. But I like it. I kind of like how it feels. I do want them to explore as a company more of this. Because, you know, if there's problems, they will fix it along the way, I'm sure, because then they'll figure out how to fix it. I got some excess, a little bit of water that just came out of here. That was my fault. Had some like soapy water to try to get some of that off. But I think the figure looks really good. It does. Proportions are nice. Nothing looks really out of place on this guy. I think that's really well done. The colors, you know, and I've never been the hugest fan of the colors for Tiga. I'm not a big purple guy, guys. I'm just not. And couple that with the standard red and silver, you know, and you got some gold in there. It's just not my favorite, but the design is okay, and it makes it work overall. I never loved how the red and purple here meet in the middle. I'm not the biggest fan of that on the bottom of the feet, but it's done pretty well. I think it's not so bad. The upper body looks pretty good. I love the silver and gold, up here. I think it looks really nice. The color timer in blue looks really good. Again, I'm not taking that out. I like his shoulders. I like how they sculpted the shoulders. I think that's pretty good. It looks really suit-like, you know what I'm saying? All those wrinkles in there. It looks puffy. I really dig that. I think that's pretty nice. He does have his fist hands here, and might be the way I keep it. I don't know. The less I have to do with moving this guy around, the better, I think. But I might change it. He's got some nice hands, actually, so we'll have to check that out. Probably at the pictures at the end, at the final thoughts. It's not really pictures, it's like pan around shots that I do. The gold and silver work really well throughout, except that little spot where I showed you before. Back of the head, you got some gunmetal up there, which is like a nice little attention to detail. And also in the ears. Zooming in so you can see that better. Compound eyes look very nice. Nice glassy look to him. Really nice sculpt on his head. I do like it. I think they did a nice job here. And then got a little fuzz on that. Everything is pretty, you know, for the most part, it's pretty clean. So not bad. I do still have some of that residue, and I just moved in. There's more residue, but otherwise, yeah, that's the only spot. Like getting some residue. Otherwise, it looks good. I think it does. And again, I like how this guy feels. He's like sturdy, and I think this plastic makes him a little stiffer. So I don't mind that. I really don't. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this, guys. I'm glad I decided to finally do this review. And, you know, it's Tamashii Nation's 2021 weekend, so there was a good reason for me to do this, especially since I did the Noga already. So, a little Tamashii 1-2 punch for the weekend to go along with Tamashii Nations. And this is good. I like it. And for your size comparisons, here's Tiga with a bunch of other Bandai figures across a few lines here that you might have in your collection. And my final thoughts, you know, overall, I like this figure. Yeah, I have a few little problems, but they're little. They're not that big. I don't have any cracking, which is a very, very good thing. You know, a couple of minor paint issues and that little bit of residue on the back. Otherwise, it's really good. I like how it feels. It comes with a nice amount of hands, a nice beam, you know, color timer, which I don't care about, in a nice little package. I don't know. It's it does feel a little more premium than the standard Bandai Tamashii SH Figuarts figures. So yeah, you know, I think it's pretty cool. I wouldn't do it for every figure because I feel like they haven't perfectly got this new system, seamless system down, and I'm glad they're only really using it in the stomach area and the chest, but like mostly it's for the stomach area for a little more bending. You know, like I don't feel like they got it down perfectly quite yet because, you know, I don't have it here, but I can't say I didn't see cracks. I didn't see folks having cracks, so that's unfortunate. So, you know, I hope they get that done. But so far, so good on mine with that. So I like it. I think it really looks like a nice figure, and it feels like a really nice premium figure. And there you go. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. And please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace out.